I'm really concerned about a massive gap in Virginia's economic development strategy. Despite this governor's administration's purported efforts in improving economic development, the governor's putting our economy in harm's way by failing to attract meaningful federal infrastructure grants to the Commonwealth. As many of you know, last year the Congress and the administration enacted the Inflation Reduction Act, which is making $422 billion in total investments across the country, and the bipartisan infrastructure law, which is providing $579 billion in new spending for states and localities. The bipartisan infrastructure law alone is providing funding for the construction of roads, bridges, schools, and vital infrastructure repairs. Some of that money is formula funding, meaning that Virginia is automatically allocated the resources. But most of the money comes from our Commonwealth, from federal agencies in the form of competitive grants. We have to apply for these grants. Here's the thing. In order to win these federal infrastructure grants, Virginia has to show that we're going to put the money to good use and that we are meeting the criteria set out by the federal government. For federal agencies giving out grants, that means we need to show that we're providing good jobs that pay living wages and provide sustainable careers. We can show that by adopting, I believe, project labor agreements, which guarantee projects are done on time and with adequate supply of skilled labor. Project labor agreements, as we've discussed in the past, are widely used in the private sector by Toyota and Walmart, and several of our Commonwealth's major infrastructure projects have been built by PLAs, project labor agreements, including the phase of the amazing Dulles Metro Rail extension that was done on time and on budget. So instead, Governor Youngkin has ignored project labor agreements and advocates for other anti-worker policies that are sending the wrong message to the folks who are doling out the competitive grant funding at the federal level. So the message that's coming from the Commonwealth of Virginia is pretty clear. Keep your money, federal government. Virginia doesn't want it. Here's the thing. We have projects in my region and across the Commonwealth that need funding. Flood resiliency, infrastructure, roads, electrical vehicle charging stations that need to be built. We can attract federal dollars and create good jobs if we actively put forward applications that comply with the requirements of the federal government for these competitive grants. I'm asking Governor Youngkin and this administration, the federal funding passed by Congress last year is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to improve traffic congestion, to rebuild our roads, to reconnect communities, and create thousands of good-paying jobs. The administration needs to readjust its focus and deliver results for all Virginians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.